I want to kind of see if we can get some more insight into you sitting at the piano waiting for the thing to happen.
Yeah.
And I want you to kind of maybe tell us, if you can, what is happening, where is it coming from, what are you waiting for?
I think just noodling. It's like maybe it's cooking, or the picture I'm getting is some sort of nest-like thing, and egg coming, but it's the yolk and the white of the egg that comes into the nest. But there is something to this art of finding the twigs that will let this thing be hatched.
He too is dreaming of his daddy's love, with his dad by his side. God is dead by his side. Can you recall how you took me to school? We couldn't talk much at all. It's been so many years, and now these tears. Guess I'm still your child. Out on the moors, we take a pause, see how far we have come. You're moving quite slow. How far can we go? Father and son, my dad by my side, with my dad by my side. Got my dad by my side, with me.
Beautiful, yeah. Well, I remember walking in winter, listening to you singing. I told you this before. When you did the orchestral album, the first one, I spent a whole winter walking, listening to it. I was mostly listening to the voice. No, that was a big orchestra, right? But it was the way you used the microphone to take a very detailed photograph of your own sonic signature. You seem to be aware of the information.
Maybe sonic and psychic signature.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was getting a lot of information from the actual colour of the voice. I wanted to hear it again and again and again because it had so much depth of field emotionally.
Love, I get so lost sometimes. Days pass, and this emptiness fills my heart. When I want to run away, I drive off in my car. But whichever way I go, I come back to the place you are. And all my instincts, they return, and the grand facade so soon will burn, without a noise, without my shout from the inside. Oh, in your eyes, the light, the heat, I am complete. I see the doorway to 1,000 churches, the resolution of all the fruitless searches. Oh, I see the light and the heat. Oh, I wanna be that complete. I wanna touch the light, the heat I see in your eyes, in your eyes, in your
There's something in the sound. I kept wanting to hear it again and again because there was just endless depth of field information, which did not have to do with the lyrics.
So that's a lovely thing to say, and it means a lot.
By any measure, Peter, you've had a glittering career. Do you consider now that you're still as excited by the music? Are you still open to new sounds, to new voices?
I think at 17 you forge your stuff, which has a sort of different relationship with your internal organs than later stuff. But I think the power is still as strong for me. You know, there'll still be bits of music or choir or orchestra or whatever that are suddenly, wow, you know, and all groove. And I took my kids to see Yusu performing at WOMAD this time too. And although my 6-year-old was probably most impressed by the dancer who could actually somersault over the djembe player, it was still, you know, they were feeling it and getting it on a emotional and physical level in a way that you don't outside of live music, I think. And I was sort of both enjoying it vicariously through them and loving it for myself too, so that I still love music. I think it still hits me as powerfully as it did. At the same time, there'll be some times when a groove, you know, which I still am in love with, or a sound, you know, I love in records that I listen to of other people's, when they take me to a different world, particularly one that I'm less familiar with, which is built up out of this juxtaposition or new and strange sounds, and I can sort of feel it and smell it and taste it, and then that's what I want to try and create in my own work.
Peter, I think I remember telling you some years ago how extraordinary I found your interpretation of other people's songs. To my mind, you've made an art form of covering songs you admire. Your Scratch My Back album, and that album is a fabulous example of how deep you were able to get into it.
I wish I could swim like dolphins can swim.
It's interesting, isn't it, that I think of, for example, your version of Heroes, that it was this version rather than David Bowie's, which the German government chose to use at their 25th anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall.
Forever and ever, how we can be heroes just for one day. How we can be heroes just for one day.
But you did great justice to that song. You really did.
I think we did.
It's so incredible. It's kind of slowed down. It's like you'd evaporate something and you can see all the particles.
Yeah.
It's like,
That's a nice description.
that's what I love about your voice in that record. It's like I can really see all the molecules of the voice. It's like an aural photograph. It's very beautiful.
Though nothing will drive us away, how we can be heroes just for one day, how we can be us just for one day. Standing by the wall, and the guns shout above our heads, and we kiss as though nothing could fall. And the shame was on the other side. Oh, we can beat them forever and ever, and we can be heroes just for one day.
You have been listening to Vocal Chords with myself, Iarla Ó Lionáird, in conversation with Peter Gabriel. It's an Athena Media production for RTE Lyric FM. This programme was produced by Helen Shaw, recorded by Michael Gallen, and edited by Amy Miller. It's made with the support of the BAI and the TV licence fee. The music you heard in the programme included Nina Simone's Strange Fruit, Jimi Hendrix, All Along the Watchtower, and from Genesis, where the sour turns to sweet, Fly on a Windshield, and The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. Peter Gabriel and Kate Bush, Don't Give Up. Peter Gabriel's Mercy Street and In Your Eyes from the New Blood album. Peter Gabriel, Usain Dur, Sting, Bruce Springsteen and Tracy Chapman, Get Up, Stand Up, from the Amnesty International's Human Rights Now tour. From Real World Records, the voices of Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan and Young Chen Lamo. Peter Gabriel's Salisbury Hill from 1977, Biko 1980, and Sky Blue with the Blind Boys of Alabama from the Growing Up Live Tour 2003. My own track, Low Light, and Peter Gabriel's Father and Son from the OVO album, the soundtrack to the Millennium Dome show in London 2000. Usain Dur's Miguel Non Nula. And finally, Peter Gabriel's version of Heroes from the Scratch My Back album 2010, which he sang live before the Brandenburg Gates in Berlin, November 2014. For more information on the Vocal Chords project, go to vocalchords.ie.
Whatever comes and goes, oh, it's in your eyes.
Fantastic.
Well, I enjoyed it, as I thought I would.
Yeah, you seem to be plenty of things to say.
Good.
You are a kind of shy guy, really.
I'm both.
I always thought when I met you first you were very shy.
Yeah.
But you're both.
I'm both.